of you Geminis have a lot of love to give. You have the Four of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. You would want a relationship. You have a lot of love to give, like I was just talking about. And when it comes to you, there's so much that a person can find out. There's so much up underneath the surface that you Geminis have so much love to share with another person. And a lot of you Geminis really want that deep connection. The Six of Swords is about you Geminis. Also, though, it hasn't necessarily been the easiest of roads for you, but at the same time, you're still in the situation for you Geminis where, you very much so still would like to go out with another person, find out what it is that another person has. Other people are going to start to come in a little bit more, try to see what you Geminis got going on. You do have some people that are interested. That's why they're coming in the first place. The Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Pentacles. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is about you having to learn to take care of yourself and to very much so do right by yourself, and at the same time trying to get to know another person, right? And that obviously can be a difficult thing at times. But as long as you Geminis remember that you're in this to be in a relationship with somebody else and to start something real, then you should be pretty well off. You don't want to get yourself into anything, right, serious, and then you end up making selfish decisions. But at the same time, you do have to remember that you have to get something out of a relationship, of course. It's not just one way. But the Three of Pentacles represents you would like to start something serious with another person. You want to create that pyramid, right? Not that sense of a pyramid, but I mean a pyramid in the sense that you do want to create that level of love between you and another person. More so like a tree, if you catch my drift, right? Like a family tree where you and this person have so much love for each other, y'all end up having children with one another. You would like that. You would like that. Maybe some of you Geminis do have children already, and you're being a very good mom at this time. Maybe some of you Geminis realize that some of you are slacking at being a mom or a dad or just a parent in general. And you realize that you have to, well, I thought of mom because it's a woman on this card, and that's mom is the first thing that comes to my mind. But, same thing goes with you fathers out there too. The idea that, a lot of you realize that you may have been slacking on the relationships that you have with your children, right? That family element. And that a lot of you Geminis are getting back to that family element, even if you're not necessarily with anybody, just that good, wholesome family mix that you have between you and your children. And the Star card represents this is the most fulfilling feeling ever, because a lot of you Geminis realize that at this current point in time in your life, you haven't been happy like this in years, regardless of whether you have children, regardless of whether you have a significant other. You feel great, not because you're alone or you're by yourself or you're single or you're with anybody, but because how everything is supposed to work out, right? In a supposed good book, it says if you can get married, do so. If you can't get married and dating has been rough for you, continue to be single as much as you possibly can, or continue to be a bachelor. So this is what I mean when I tried to tell y'all that being in a relationship or not being in one, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because as long as you're striving to be as decent as you possibly can, you can get fulfillment for real, either way it goes. It's just a matter of your perspective and how you go about doing it, right? You can't be, for instance, you can't be somebody that's only interested in trying to get things only going your way, but then complain about why nobody wants to play with you, right? People don't want to hang out with, and I'm not saying you, I'm saying people wouldn't want to hang out with a person who thought like that, because it only goes one way, to them. The advantage only goes to them. So why would they hang out with that person? And the thing about it is that the Star card is about And you Geminis know this. So you Geminis are understanding that it's about your own self-fulfillment at this point in time. This is about you and what you want to do, and you know, the things that you enjoy. And that if you happen to find someone new, then so be it. A lot of you Geminis are ready. You're open for that. You will love and you will treat them with respect, right? And you will let them know that you want them around. But the Two of Wands represents, but it's a matter of if those same people that you are getting to know, if they are even interested, if they would treat you right, treat you with respect, love you. And the King of Swords represents, really, or are you going to have to end up, is this going to be the same as some relationships, some, not all, but some relationships that you've been in where the person is very much so disrespectful to you and all they want to do is take advantage? Well, the best way for you to find out, Gemini, is for you Geminis to actually get to know this person by talking to them, getting to know them, spending time with them out in a public place, out, you know, in your apartment or in theirs, you know, or alone, I should say, with this person to find out, you know, because that's how it is that you get to know the person. You get to know them by exposing yourself to being in their social circle, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, whatever the case may be. And when you do that, that's when things end up going right for you, because then you get more comfortable, not too comfortable, but you become more comfortable around this person enough for you to be able to understand that they actually care about you, right? Part of the reason why there's a lot of people end up getting into really stupid relationships is because of the fact that they don't even know if the person cares about them, because they're so fast to rush into relationships. And again, let me reiterate it. A year is 12 months. We're already in what, October? We're next month is November. We're basically at the end of the year already. Weather outside cold already. And 3 months ago, right? 3 months ago, we were in, what? 3 months ago, we were in July. The height of the summer. You understand what I'm saying? So when it comes to time and really taking your time and getting to know the person, you shouldn't expect it to get married within a year. You know what I mean? Of meeting them. That's way too fast, because the engagement on itself usually takes 1 year, which is 12 months. So then you have the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is now about how, so you Geminis have to understand that when it comes to relationships, because you're able to sleep easy, but when it comes to relationships, don't sweat your heads up about it. Relationships takes years, and I talked about this before. You really want to be on some 5 to 10 years, and people want to talk. People are so much in a rush to tell me how it is. I don't know what it is I'm talking about, and 5 to 10 years. I don't know what you're talking about. All of this other stuff. What are you talking about? 5 to 10 years is too long. Well, how much time do these people want to spend? Because a year is 12 months. People, especially in the States, people, not even in the States, people, especially in the context of the planet, the world, they meet the person and then 2 months later they moving in. You moving in with a stranger. Literally. You don't know this person from Adam. Who are they? But then they'll get with the person, hang out with them. And then when things go terrible, and I'm not clowning anybody, I'm just saying that this is the mind frame where a lot of people are in. And too oftentimes people are allowing people on social media to gaslight them. Or you make them feel like there's a sense of urgency, too much urgency. Now you sitting up there worried about how you're going to find yourself a significant other, and you end up rushing into a dysfunctional relationship. That's frustrating. That's what you saw during 2020. How much you want to bet that most of these relationships are based upon people who don't really even know each other, don't even really take too much time to hang around each other. They just in it for the bedroom. Let's clarify the King of Swords. You have the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the King of Cups, and then you have the Two of Swords, right? Because this is a situation for you Geminis where when it comes to how to tell if a relationship would be the same as the dysfunctional ones, that's how you tell, is by letting time tell a tale. Too often times you'll have people who will end up wasting their time trying to run into a relationship. I know that's ironic. They'll end up wasting their time trying to run into a relationship because, that's the waste of time. They don't know this person at all. They don't know what they're doing. They don't even know if they want that person in their own personal space living with them. That's another layer of it too. You're moved in with a stranger, and now this person is seeing you bare when you wake up. They talking to you first thing in the morning. Then you have to ask yourself, are you even comfortable with this person enough to want and actually like them enough to actually even want this person up in your face first thing in the morning? You understand what I'm saying? The King of Cups and the Two of Swords is about how you Geminis have to take all of these things into consideration before you decide that you want to be in a relationship, and so does this person. And if this person is being blind to those things and they're trying to run you into a relationship and make you feel pressured to come over to their home and stay, that is not something that you want to do. If a person so quickly is inviting you into their home and they are encouraging you to leave some things over at their house, guess what it means? It means that those people are trying to rush you into a relationship that you should not want to be in, because they're telling you through actions that that's the pace of how they make their relationships. Their relationships do not end up lasting very long, and they are not accustomed to long-term relationships. You know why? Because all those people will do is they are quick to start a relationship, but because of the fact that they burn through it so fast, because they move so quickly, the relationship doesn't last as long. See, a relationship is about nirvana. A relationship is about a tantra. What I mean when I say a tantra, making pleasure last long. And that requires control. That requires patience. You understand what I'm saying? It requires patience. So let's clarify the Two of Cups. You don't hear a lot of people talk about this type of stuff. The Ten of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Magician, and then you have the Page of Pentacles. And that level of control, it takes time to get that comfortable, to know to know the other person's body as much as you know your own, to discover things about yourselves, your body, your psychology that you didn't even know consciously yourself. The Ten of Pentacles, that level of unionship requires time and effort. The two of you, you know what I mean? So you're looking for that. That's the type of time that it requires. This is the reason why, Gemini, you need to avoid people that are so interested in trying to run into a relationship with you so gosh darn fast. And the Eight of Cups represents anybody that is acting like that, you should dub them and run away from them. Because the Magician, Gemini, so you showed up in your own reading, and the Page of Pentacles, you should feel good to want to take that amount of time. I knew a math teacher and stuff like this, knew her boyfriend for some odd years. They were children. They grew up together, ended up getting married. And they were in their when I was in high school, she was in her early 20s. No, excuse me. She was in her mid to late 20s. Think about how much time that takes. You understand what I'm saying? Before they actually decided they're going to be in a relationship. They're going to date. They're going to get married. They took 20 some odd years. They were childhood friends. Okay, so that's 10 plus years to be with each other. So these things take time, Gemini. Don't let anybody get you into thinking that you have to rush into a relationship ever.